Welcome back, Pokemon fans. Angel of the Night 091 here, coming at you with another Pokemon Scarlet and Violet Wi-Fi battle. The battle here is in Regulation E, and it is in Ranked. And the team that we're going to be using here today is actually a team that I put together when the expansion first came out for the Teal Mask. This is a pure Kitakami Pokedex team, and all the Pokemon I bred right around that time of the release. So here we go. We're going to get into that battle here. So first thing I want to do is I want to try to set up some sort of an Aurora Veil. Aurora Veil with Ninetales is the GOAT. It is the greatest of all time. Way better than Abomasnow. And of course, as you can see here, we're going in for the fake out onto the Ogerpon. Now, Ogerpon, of course, being a water type and a grass type, my fire type moves are not really going to be effective onto it here at this time, but we managed to get a decent flinch. However, the only downside is that we weren't able to get our Aura Veil up here right away, but it is something that I'm definitely pondering here for the next move. However, we decide that we're actually going to go into the Freeze Dry. Freeze Dry onto the Ogerpon is probably the better option, mainly due to the fact that it is a pure water, not a pure water type, but it is a water type, but it is also a grass type Pokemon as well, so the ice might actually be able to do something different. I've never really seen a whole lot of this combination except for like if you're like with Ludicolo. With the Infernape, of course, I've decided to go with the Flare Blitz instead of the Raging Fury. Raging Fury with me doesn't really seem to be the best option onto Infernape. It's a very frail Pokemon, so it's going to go down very, very fast. So if it gets hit by any kind of a major move, it's just going to go. As you can see here, Infernape is down. We have to decide onto our next Pokemon. Now, I have to tell you guys that the Ogerpon that I've chosen to use is actually my favorite form. I don't know about everybody else, but I see a lot of people using the fire. I see a lot of people using the water, but no one is really using the rock Ogerpon. And I'm a little bit concerned as to the reasoning why. Like, it gets 2 times defense boost when you actually do activate its Terraform. And that is a big player here. Now, mind you, I understand that if you do the activation on some of the other forms, some of them boost like their attack stat, some of them boost up their, their speed. Not really their speed, sorry, special defense. I think the defensive value of the Ogerpon rock form is actually very, very huge. Definitely needed. We're going to go in with Monkey Dory. Now, I have to say Monkey Dory is actually my favorite out of the Loyal 3. Spoiler alert if you guys haven't played it. But the Loyal 3 Pokemon, this Pokemon is a Psychic Poison type, and it has some crazy different coverages here. I'm a huge fan of Monkey Dory. One thing I'm going to do with Monkey Dory is I'm actually going to put him as a Focus Sash user, just because he's a lot more frail than Infernape. Plus, I want him to be able to survive different hits here. As you can see, Tornadus and Great Tusks are out. We managed to get the Iron Hands taken out. There is a Tailwind on my opposing opponent's side. Opposing opponent. Great commentary, Corey. Yeah, so my opponent has a Tailwind up. I'm a little bit concerned in regards to the Great Tusk, just because Great Tusk is one of those powerhouses. If he gets some serious damage off onto my team, we're kind of in for big trouble here. However, I know that I have Focus Sash onto my Monkey Dory, so I think what the best play here is to just go in for the Psychic off onto the Great Tusks. Now, as you can see here, he's basically gone for Terra Ground. He's boosting up his ground type moves here. That is a huge play for him. But as you can see, I'm Focus Sashed, so that is a benefit. We're going to get a Moonblast off onto the Great Tusk. Of course, it would have done more damage if it was still a fighting type Pokemon. Same thing as well with the Psychic. If we were actually able to get his Psychic off while it was still a fighting type, it probably would have done some more damage than what it actually did. I think it only did about a quarter, maybe about a third of the health that was already there. So, here's the Bleakwind Storm. Of course, Ninetales is going to avoid like a pro. I'm a huge fan of Alolan Ninetales, although I'm also a fan of the Cantonian Ninetales. If I had to decide between Growlithe and Vulpix, as a Pokemon on my team, I'd probably choose the Vulpix, to be quite honest with you. There's so many people using Arcanives that I'm done with it. Okay, here we go with the Freeze Dry into the Great Tusk. That is just going to be able to finish it off, and that is going to pick up the KO, and Great Tusk is now down and out. So as you can see here, we're actually 3 Pokemon in on our opponent's side. He still has his Tornadus. I don't really think Tornadus is going to have a whole lot of opportunity to really come back in this battle. But here we go, guys. We're going to go into our Ogre Pawn. Now, Ogre Pawn, of course, like I said, when you do go for the Terra typing, it does boost up its Terra... not its Terra, but it does boost up its defense. With Tornadus being a special attacker, this really isn't going to do anything for me. But I'm really hoping that I'm going to be able to outspeed this Tornadus, especially to go in for our next move. It is a pure rock type. The signature move of this Pokemon actually changes based on the Terra typing that it is. So as you can see, Embody Aspect, that boosts up our defense by 2. I think it's 2? I'm not 100% sure, but anyways, we survived that Bleak Wind Storm. Of course, we are a rock type, not a real big surprise. But here we go for our signature here. We're going to go for the Ivy Sigil, and this should be enough to be able to finish off the Tornadus. So that's going to be it for the battle there today, guys. If you guys enjoyed the battle, go ahead and give it a big thumbs up. Be sure to post your comments in the comment section below, and I'll catch you guys next time. Peace out, guys.